Welcome to this Houston Newsmakers Extra. We're talking with Dr. Ruth Lopez Turley, who will assume the role of director of the Kinder Institute coming up this summer. We're talking about all the different things that the Kinder Institute is doing, Dr. Lopez Turley. One of the things you touched upon is some of the work that gets done, how it moves from the research to actual implementation. Talk about the partnerships that are really unique and totally really needed to make these things actually happen, the partnerships that you have with organizations within our community to make it flow.
Yes, so the partnerships that we've had for over a decade now, working directly with school districts in the Houston area, and what we've learned over the last 10 years about what makes research more likely to be used is that research should not be done sort of as an afterthought, or its use shouldn't be an afterthought, but rather we work closely with the district leaders that we partner with, and together we develop a research agenda, and then we plan out ahead of time how that research will be used. So we have found that definitely makes it much more likely that the research is used and that it has an impact. And we've been working on projects that look at specific interventions, like full day pre-K, but also projects that look at the big picture, like how can we close the gaps that we continue to see across, different student groups, whether it's race, ethnicity, economic status, English learner status. We continue to see significant gaps, but we know through research that we can close those gaps. And that is what we are working on making sure that we take advantage of the knowledge that we have to actually close those gaps, because we know that that's really, really good, not only for those students directly impacted by this, but frankly, it's really good for all of us. Right. We need to do this.
A couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to talk with David LeBron and Dr. Reginald DeRoche, both of them are fascinating men. I really enjoyed that conversation. And Dr. DeRoche mentioned to me, same thing that you did in our program, by the way, that you hope that there comes a time when you're not considered the first. But he said to me, in his life, he's always been the first because of his achievements and so forth. With that in mind, as you became the first or becoming the first here, what level of pride does it bring to you and your family because of your role in stepping out and being that one to get that first major education in your family? It's got to be beyond all the trappings of director and whatever. I can imagine that the pride within your family is phenomenal.
It is. I mean, just to give you an example of what happened, when I first told some of my siblings, they cried. They were very emotional just to hear the news and to know that this is really an opportunity. It's not just about being proud of being in this position. Of course, that's part of it, but it's really an opportunity for greater impact. And for me, that's a dream come true. That's the whole reason why I got into this line of work. I became a researcher, and that was a hard process in and of itself, right? But I became a researcher because I thought that research mattered and that research could really be used, frankly, to change the world. Right. And I learned early on in my career that that's not really true unless you make an explicit effort to make it impactful. And what I've been learning over the last many years is that that is possible. Wow. And this position as the director of the Kinder Institute is really an opportunity to make it even more the case. So for me, it's a dream come true.
You hit it on the head. Research matters, and now you know how much you matter in your role. Congratulations. And I look forward to hearing great things. Can't wait till you take over and you start running the show. I look forward to having you back, obviously, and talk about some of the things you want to do, okay?
Thank you. I definitely want to come back and talk more about this.
Thank you. Dr. Ruth Lopez Turley, Houston Newsmakers Extra. Share it with everybody you know.